Joining me now from Ramallah in the occupied West Bank is the longtime Palestinian politician and peace negotiator Hanan Ashrawi. Hanan Ashrawi, welcome to our program. So can I ask you first, please, to comment on the news that is flooding social media with terrible pictures and what we've heard from a doctor in Gaza, close to the Jabalia camp?
Yeah, it's absolutely heartbreaking. It's unconscionable. 6 massive bombs were exploded on a refugee camp, the most densely populated refugee camp in the most densely populated area in the world. And the death toll is not known yet. Some people say, 400, 500, and so on, but you cannot tell because several buildings have been turned into rubble. A whole block of side-by-side buildings have been totally destroyed. People are looking for them. People are looking for bodies. They're getting out just pieces and arms and so on of children, of women. These were people who were in their homes and who were shelled and bombed so brutally, so deliberately, so systematically. Till now, Israel has exploded 18,000 tons of explosives on Gaza. And that is more than the Hiroshima bomb. So what's happening now is just another escalation in a brutal massacre, in a genocide that is ongoing and that the whole world is seeing and is unable to do anything about it because it's Israel that's doing it. And it is a massive traumatic experience for all Palestinians because it is reminiscent to a larger degree of the Nakba, of the disaster that befell the Palestinians when Israel was created as a result of a series of massacres and dispossession and expulsion.
Can I ask you something? 1,400 Israelis were massacred on October 7th. And it turns out that all these pollings show that the Palestinians in Gaza, in fact, do not subscribe to Hamas, the majority of them anyway. And I don't know about on the West Bank. But what is the option other than defeating Hamas, which is against your political agenda, against the recognized Palestinian Authority's political agenda, has never done anything for the people of Palestine? What would you say is the alternative?
Well, I think had we had an active peace, had we had an international engagement to curb Israeli violations and Israeli violence and so on, then that's the only way, not just to curb Hamas, but to bring about a logic of peace and coexistence. Instead, as I said, Israel was allowed to maintain its impunity and its violence. You know that Gaza was bombed 5 times before this latest thing. It is not revenge that they keep bombing Gaza. They killed thousands before. Gaza is a massive prison. Now they're held without food, without water, without medicine, without fuel, without anything. These are massive crimes that are allowed to take place. So if you continue with more of the same, you're going to get more of the same. You're going to breed more resentment, more anger, more hostility, more revenge. The only way Israel can have any sort of security is if the Palestinians have their rights. That's the only way to be able to have security within the region and peace and beyond. But so long as Israel acts without any restraints or constraints or accountability, and with full cruelty, with the dehumanization and demonization of the Palestinians, feeling that it can do anything it wants to them and get away with it, there will not be peace. So they have to understand, deal with the core issues, deal with the occupation itself, deal with the apartheid system, understand that Palestinians have equal rights, that Palestinians have the right to their freedom, their dignity, their sovereignty on their own land, and then you will have peace. But so long as you think you can keep killing and massacring and shooting and destroying, you're going to have peace? Never. That's the wrong approach to do it. That's a sure recipe for having more carnage and more bloodshed.